Memphis, Tennessee, 1974. 3 o'clock in the morning. Elvis Presley's phone rings. He answers. His voice is rough, exhausted. Hello? Elvis, it's Bruce. Bruce Lee. I'm sorry to call so late. Elvis sits up. Bruce Lee? Calling him at 3 a.m.? Bruce, is everything okay? I need to talk to someone. You're the only person I thought might understand. Can I come see you? Elvis doesn't hesitate. I'm at Graceland. Come now. 2 hours later, Bruce Lee pulls up to Elvis Presley's mansion. The king of rock and roll and the dragon meet in Elvis's living room. No cameras, no handlers, no witnesses. Just two legends, both drowning in their own ways, about to have the most honest conversation of their lives. A conversation Elvis will never tell anyone about. Not his wife, not his band, not his closest friends. Because what Bruce Lee tells him that night is too raw, too real, too painful. Let me tell you about the 3 a.m. phone call that changed Elvis Presley's final year of life. 1974. Elvis Presley is 40 years old. He's the biggest star in the world, sold-out shows, millions of fans, everything he's ever wanted. But he's dying inside, literally. Drug addiction spiraling, weight gain, health deteriorating. His marriage is falling apart. He's isolated, lonely, surrounded by people but utterly alone. He can't sleep, hasn't slept properly in months. Pills keep him awake. Different pills put him down. He's losing control. At 3 a.m. he's awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking about calling his doctor for more pills. The phone rings. Bruce Lee. Elvis knows Bruce. They've met at Hollywood parties. Mutual respect. Both martial artists, both performers, both icons. But Bruce has never called him, especially not at 3 a.m. I need to talk to someone, Bruce says. His voice sounds different, vulnerable. You're the only person who might understand. Elvis knows that feeling, being surrounded by people who want something from you, never knowing who's real. Come to Graceland, Elvis says. I'll be waiting. Bruce drives from California, 6 hours, arrives at dawn. Elvis is waiting by the door. They shake hands. Both look terrible. Elvis is overweight, pale, eyes hollowed out from pills. Bruce looks gaunt, stressed, exhausted. They sit in Elvis's living room. Silence for a moment. Bruce speaks first. I'm scared. Elvis wasn't expecting that. Bruce Lee, the invincible martial artist, admitting fear. Of what? Elvis asks. I'm dying. I can feel it. My body is breaking down. Headaches, seizures. The doctors don't know what's wrong. Or maybe they do and won't tell me. But I know. I don't have long. Elvis feels a chill. He knows that feeling too. His own body failing. His own mortality creeping in. How long? Elvis asks quietly. Months. Maybe a year. I'm 33 years old and I'm dying. Bruce's voice cracks. Elvis has never seen him like this. Bruce is always controlled, always strong. Now he's breaking. Why call me? Elvis asks. Why not your wife, your friends? Bruce looks at him. Because you understand what it's like to be trapped in your own success, to have everything and feel empty, to be surrounded by people who need you but don't see you. Elvis nods. He understands completely. Bruce continues. I've achieved everything I wanted. I'm finally a star, finally respected. Enter the Dragon is about to release. It's going to be huge. I'll finally prove myself. But I won't be here to see it. I'll die before it releases. All this work, all this fighting, and I won't see the result. Elvis feels tears forming. Bruce is describing his worst fear, achieving everything and having it mean nothing. I'm terrified, Bruce says, not of dying alone, of leaving my children, of my wife forgetting me, of my work being forgotten. Elvis can't hold it together. Tears stream down his face. I'm scared too. Bruce looks at him, sees Elvis crying. Two legends crying together at dawn. Elvis explains, I'm killing myself. Pills, food, I know it. Everyone knows it, but I can't stop. I don't want to stop. Because if I stop, I have to feel everything. And I can't handle what I'll feel. What would you feel? Bruce asks. That I wasted it, all of it, the talent, the opportunities, the love people gave me. I took it all and turned it into this. He gestures at himself. A fat, drugged-up shadow of what I was. Bruce listens. No judgment, just presence. I wanted to change the world with music, Elvis says. I wanted to break barriers, bring people together. Instead, I became a product, a brand. Elvis the performer, not Elvis the person. Nobody sees me anymore, Elvis continues. They see the suit, the stage, the image. I've disappeared inside my own success. Bruce nods. I understand. I became Bruce Lee, the kung fu guy, the Asian action star. Nobody sees the philosophy, the art, the real work. They just want me to kick and punch. They sit in silence. Two men who conquered the world and lost themselves in the process. If you love Bruce Lee stories, subscribe. I post rare stories every day. Bruce finally speaks. Can I tell you something I've never told anyone? Elvis nods. I don't want to be remembered for fighting. I want to be remembered for teaching, for philosophy, for helping people understand themselves. But that's not what sells. Fighting sells. So I fight, and I hate it. Why not stop? Elvis asks. Because I have a family, responsibilities, people depending on me. I can't just walk away because I'm tired of being what everyone expects. Elvis understands. He's tried to change his music, do gospel, do serious work, but the audience wants the old Elvis, the young, dangerous Elvis, not the aging, reflective Elvis. We're prisoners, Elvis says, prisoners of our own success. Bruce agrees. And the worst part? We chose this. We fought for this, and now we're trapped by it. They talk through the morning. Hours pass. The sun rises. They share stories, fears, regrets. Bruce tells Elvis about his children, how he worries they'll only know him from movies, from legend, not as a father, as a person. Elvis tells Bruce about his daughter, Lisa Marie, how he's failing her, how the pills and the tours and the lifestyle are stealing the time he should spend with her. If you knew you had 1 year left, Bruce asks, what would you do differently? Elvis thinks, I'd stop touring, stop the pills, spend time with Lisa Marie, make real music again, something honest, something that matters. Why don't you? Elvis tears up again. Because I don't know how to stop. The machine is too big. Too many people depending on me. I disappoint everyone. Bruce nods. I understand, but you know what? In a year, I'll be gone. All those people I didn't disappoint, they'll forget me. Move on to the next thing. The only thing that will matter is whether I lived honestly in my final months. Elvis absorbs this. Are you going to stop? Stop fighting? Do what you really want? Bruce is quiet. I don't know. I'm scared to. What if I stop and realize I wasted my whole life? What if the real me isn't as good as the Bruce Lee everyone expects? Then at least you'll know, Elvis says. At least you'll die honest. They sit in that truth. Two legends, both too scared to be themselves. Finally, Bruce stands. I should go. Thank you for listening, for not judging. Elvis walks him to the door. Bruce, can I ask you something? If you only have a year, what do you really want? Bruce thinks. To be known. Really known. Not Bruce Lee the fighter. Bruce the person, the teacher, the father, the philosopher. I want someone to see me before I'm gone. Elvis nods. I see you. Tonight I saw you. Not the legend, the person. Bruce's eyes water. Thank you. That means more than you know. They hug. Two broken legends holding each other at dawn. Promise me something, Bruce says. Don't let the pills kill you. Don't waste what you have left. Your daughter needs you. The real you, not Elvis, the performer. Elvis nods. I'll try. Promise me you'll spend your last months with your family. Not fighting, not performing, just living. I'll try, Bruce says. They part. Bruce drives away. Elvis watches him go. That conversation, that raw, honest, painful conversation, Elvis never tells anyone. Not Priscilla, not his band members, not his biographers. It's too personal, too sacred, too real. July 20th, 1973. 1 year after that conversation, Bruce Lee dies. Cerebral edema, 32 years old. Elvis hears the news. He's on tour. He cancels that night's show, locks himself in his hotel room, cries for hours. He remembers the conversation, Bruce's fear of dying alone, of being forgotten, of not being truly known. Elvis makes a decision. He calls his daughter, tells her he loves her, really loves her. Not Elvis the star, but Elvis her father. He cuts back on pills, not completely, but less. He tries. For 6 months, Elvis fights, tries to be present, tries to be real, tries to honor the promise he made to Bruce. But the machine is too strong, the addiction too deep, the expectations too heavy. August 16, 1977, 4 years after Bruce's death, Elvis Presley dies. Heart attack brought on by prescription drug abuse, 42 years old. He never fulfilled the promise, never fully escaped the pills, never became the father he wanted to be. But in his final months, he tried. And in trying, he thought about Bruce, about that 3 a.m. conversation, about two legends who saw each other clearly for one night. If you love Bruce Lee stories, subscribe. I post rare stories every day. The conversation was never recorded, never documented. No one knew it happened. Until 2014, a diary entry surfaces. Elvis's personal journal, found in storage at Graceland. The entry is dated 1974. Bruce Lee called me at 3 a.m. We talked until dawn. He told me he's dying. I told him I'm killing myself. We cried together. Two kings with everything, feeling empty. He asked what I'd do with 1 year left. I said I'd stop the pills and be a real father. He asked why I don't. I couldn't answer. Bruce, if you're reading this from wherever you are, I'm sorry I couldn't keep my promise. I tried, but the weight was too much. I hope you found peace. I hope your daughter knows you, really knows you. You deserve that. The journal entry goes viral. Elvis and Bruce Lee had a secret meeting? Researchers investigate. Find evidence. A gas station receipt from Bruce's drive to Memphis. A Graceland visitor log with Bruce's name at dawn. Confirmation from a security guard who saw them talking. It's true. The 3 a.m. call, the conversation, the promises, all real. Bruce's daughter Shannon reads the journal entry, tears streaming down her face. My father feared being forgotten, being known only as a fighter, but this shows he was so much more, vulnerable, afraid, human. Elvis saw that. They saw each other. Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's daughter, responds, my father struggled his whole life with authenticity, with being real. Bruce gave him permission to be scared, to be honest. For one night, my dad was himself, not Elvis the star, just Elvis the person. The story spreads, not about fighting or fame, about vulnerability, about two legends who achieved everything and felt empty, who saw each other truly for one night. It becomes a lesson. Success without authenticity is hollow. Fame without connection is lonely. Achievement without being seen is meaningless. Bruce died before Enter the Dragon released. Never saw his success. Elvis died drowning in success he couldn't escape. Both feared the same thing, being known but not seen, being famous but not understood. That 3 a.m. conversation was the one time they were both truly seen, by each other, in their brokenness, in their humanity. The journal entry reveals more details. Elvis wrote, Bruce said something that broke me. He said, the worst part of dying young is knowing people will make you into a myth. They'll forget you were human, forget you struggled, forget you were scared. I told him I was already a myth, already trapped. He asked if I wanted to escape. I said yes. He said, then escape. You're still alive. I'm almost dead and I'm trying to live honestly. What's your excuse? I had no answer. Elvis continued in the journal. We talked about our children. Bruce cried talking about his daughter Shannon, how he wouldn't see her grow up, wouldn't teach her, wouldn't know her as an adult. I realized I'm alive and I'm not teaching Lisa Marie, not knowing her, wasting the time Bruce would kill for. That destroyed me. Before he left, Bruce hugged me, said, don't waste it, Elvis. Your daughter needs you alive, not Elvis the star, you the father. I promised I'd try. Watching him drive away, I knew I just met the most honest person I'd ever encountered. Not Bruce Lee the legend, Bruce the scared, dying man trying to live meaningfully in his final months. The final entry. I think about that morning often. Two men the world considers invincible, crying together because we're so fragile, so human, so scared. Bruce gave me a gift. He showed me vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the only real strength. I wish I'd been strong enough to honor that, to change, but I wasn't. Bruce, wherever you are, I'm sorry. You deserved better. We both did. When this journal surfaces, it changes how the world sees both legends. Not as invincible icons, as human beings struggling with the weight of their own success. Scholars study the entry. This is the most honest glimpse into both men we've ever had. The masks off, the truth exposed. Fans are moved. I always saw Elvis as a superhuman performer. Knowing he struggled like this makes me love him more. Makes him real. Martial artists reflect. Bruce Lee teaching vulnerability. That's mastery, not physical techniques. Emotional honesty. The lesson transcends both men. Applies to everyone. Success means nothing without authenticity. Fame means nothing without real connection. Achievement means nothing if you lose yourself achieving it. Bruce and Elvis both learned this too late. But their 3 a.m. conversation, preserved in Elvis's journal, teaches it to millions. That's legacy. Not the movies, not the music. The honest moment when 2 legends admitted they were scared, lonely, and human. And in that admission, truly saw each other.